Joe, tell me a story.
Now, once upon a time, there was a wizard named Rodrigo, and he cast a terrible spell.
Not that kind of story.
But that's what I'm writing, Beth. Rodrigo and his dastardly deeds of depravity. In this chapter, he comes across a beautiful, scantily clad, screaming maiden, tied up to an enormous worm. But those are boring. Once upon a time, there was a little girl who was being a pest.
Her name was Beth.
And this girl had a monster of a sister.
Joe!
That's right. Its name was Joe.
And Beth liked her monster very much.
And there were two other sisters in there somewhere, and a mother and a father. And this family lived in a small house in the shadows of a big city. And outside of that city was an even bigger country.
And that country went to war.
To war with itself.
Fell apart.
But even if the world had split apart, together, the girl and this monster, we felt full.
And what happened when they grew up?
No, Beth. In this story, they never grow up. It just stays the same and lasts forever.
Nothing lasts forever. Tell it again.
I don't want to.
Joe! You're too young to turn your hair up, Amy.
Miss Amy, you're not wearing nothing but braids. You're too little.
I'm not little, Hannah. I'm practically a full-grown woman. I'm more of a woman than Joe, anyway.
What?
Ow!
Your hands clean at least?
Ink? Again?
I was writing my play.
You gonna do something about this?
What am I supposed to do?
I must chase my inspiration in the morning before Aunt March destroys my spirits.
Where's Marley, Hannah?
Some creature came begging in your mouth enough to see what was needed.
Why are you wearing a costume, Joe? We're not rehearsing for that.
I'm the man and family father away.
Josephine is so childish, Meg. It's most aggravating.
Amy,
Aggregating. That's a new one.
it's aggravating, dear.
So what, Joe? A lady should seek to improve her vocabulary.
Vocabulary.
Stop writing them down!
Someday I shall publish the collection.
You won't.
Will.
Won't, Josephine.
Will.
Won't, Josephine!
Girls! Eat! Soldiers are starving in the field.
I have no appetite.
Poor Joe. It must be horrible working on March all day.
Torture. But, come the new year, she promises to take me to Europe.
I 1,000 times thought I was with Aunt March, then be the Mingots governess, with Mrs. Mingot. All of them are handsome Mingots, always talking down on me. Poor Meg.
At least neither of you have to go to school. These are quite inconceivable.
What makes her invincible?
Girls laugh at my braids and sniff because we're poor, and label Papa for being an abolitionist.
Labels are for pickle bottles.
We all got through school, Amy. You'll survive it too.
Not Beth. Why did she get to stay home?
Because I'm stupid.
Beth had nervous episodes.
I'm nervous.
Amy, hush.
Why does she get one thing and me another?
Different people need different things.
And you need to go to school. For I hear you have a terrible case of the moron.
Joe!
I don't know if it's curable.
You're the moron. You stupid Inky, stupid old, stupid Josephine, stupid. When I grow up, I'm gonna run away with a prince. That's all.
That's all.
And I don't need school for that. And I shall never spoil my hands with working.
My hands are inky because I'm going to become a great writer and place my mark on this world. And then I'll buy Meg all the dresses she wants. And you, a spelling primer. And, oh Beth, what can I get you? A whole hot house of flowers?
All I want is the family I have. You bad, Joe?
How are you going to become a famous writer? You're just a penniless girl with a nasty temper and a pasted-on mustache. Really, Josephine, you're absolutely delusional.
Delusional.
In a couple of weeks, I'm going to Europe, and I'll find my fortune there.
Europe. Nobody cares.
You're just jealous.
Jealous.
You'll see, in Europe, I'll become Dickens and Shakespeare and Thackeray all in one!
Hello, girls.
Marty!
Pistachios, Joe?
It's a little early for the theater.
Where were you?
Do you remember that immigrant woman with the baby, Mrs. Hummel? Our little boy came begging. I went with him and found Mrs. Hummel terribly ill, with her children crying from hunger conditions. Well, I tried to help.
Poor Marty.
I've been thinking, girls. Christmas is almost here, but it's a hard winter for so many with the war. Perhaps we shouldn't spend for pleasure. With Father away, we can't do much, but we can make some sacrifices. Each can play our part.
Though, Christmas?
We'll be together, and we'll have Joe's theatrical. But perhaps no presents. You're becoming adults. That means learning what you need and what you don't. It is only a proposal. Christmas without any presents.
Oh, Mommy, it does seem so.
Sad! Why does the war have to take everything?
We work so hard, Marty.
Beth does too. She does so much at
And
home.
me at school.
Perhaps no presents, but we have $1 each. We could spend it on ourselves.
Can't we just buy what we really want?
What we really need. All right, girls. I surrender.
I'm gonna buy you something with my $1, Marty. A real treat.
I have enough.
Girls, it's potato o'clock. Miss Joe.
What?
Joe, you know you can't.
Present.
Marches, march.
Glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Truth is marching on.
Meg, do you have a dime?
Potato.
A dime for limes? Meg, I'm dreadfully in debt.
Potato, Amy.
It's hot.
That's the point.
I owe a dozen little limes to the other girls at school. For if one girl likes another, she gives her a lime. And I've gotten so many, but I haven't returned any, and soon I shall become a piranha.
Pariah.
Joe.
Why don't you just spend your Christmas dollar on limes?
I shall be using my dollar to buy enough Josephine. That way I never have to carry a dirty, hot potato ever again. Besides, that money is to buy something for ourselves, not for others.
I know I have to give up presents gladly, but I'm just not that good.
We ought to do a lot of things.
We ought to be grateful. After all, we have Father and Marty.
Yeah, we got Father, and we won't for a long time. Perhaps never.
Don't say
And
that.
my dollar can't bring it back, can it? So I'm getting myself in luck.
What's that?
Santa said that the Lawrence's grandson moved in. His parents died.
He sure can play.
Sad.
Growing up in that big house all alone, you'd be sad too.
He's a tutor, Santa said, and his grandfather.
You can be lonely in a crowd if it's not the right crowd.
Don't, Joe. It's so boyish. Hey, my dime. My dime, Meg, my dime.
Potato!
Limes, 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 limes.
You wouldn't have given me a dime in our school days.
Don't be jealous, Joe.
Me, jealous of Amy. Ha!
Time for work, Josephine. Joe.
Oh, hello. Are you all right? I say, miss, are you all right?
Leave me alone. Leave me alone to die in the snow.
Come, what's the matter?
Can't say. It's too shameful.
It's a damsel who always retained an air of mystery. You're one of the March girls, aren't you? I happen to see you sometimes. I'm Theodore, but my friends call me Lori.
Lori Lawrence? That's terrible. Why not Theodore?
It's just not who I am. How come you're outside? Don't you want to go inside?
Nobody understands in there.
Truly? But you all seem so happy when I happen to see you together.
They tease and scold me and think I'm spoiled. No, nobody even tries to understand me anywhere.
I'm trying.
Iota doesn't pick a line to see other girls at school, you see.
Of course.
For if one girl likes another, she gives her a line.
Naturally.
I was becoming a piranha. And Mr. Smith caught me passing the line.
A scoundrel.
And he brought me to the front of the room and he took a rod and he whacked me.
Shall I kill him for you?
Yes, please. It's all red and hot.
Better?
Theodore Lawrence, you cannot escape your lessons forever. Oh. What is that?
Oh, it's the neighbor's little girl, Brooks.
Hello, neighbor's little girl. Have you hurt, or...
I'm not a little girl. I'm not.
All right, just bring her to her parents.
I'm a full-grown woman.
Theodore, you have Latin.
Yes? Can I help you?
Oh, we found a damsel in distress on your snowbanks.
Amy, what are you doing here?
Christopher Columbus, why aren't you at school?
Please excuse us, Mr.
I want to talk to Marmee.
Mr.
I want to talk to Marmee.
Please excuse us.
Brooks. John Brooks.
She may be this. If she's a damsel in distress, then you must be the knight in shining armor.
Theodore. Latin. Latin.
Joe!
There's enough violence in the country without men hitting little girls.
I'm not a little girl.
You can take leave from school for now, Amy.
Stop.
And be tutored by me at home instead. Oh, and no limes in my classroom.
That's also thing.
We all had to go through school, Marmee. Why shouldn't she?
I like school.
Yes, but Amy's terribly spoiled. What kind of lesson will she learn?
Look at Beth's flowers, will you?
Marmee, please no analogies.
Here's a violet. How do we care for it, Beth?
You like things calm. Not too hot or cold. And they like They like to be in the shade of other plants, or we plant them with their relations.
And here's a rose. What does it need?
They like to be in the sun, and they're delicate, so you have to give it support, or it won't thrive. Thorns.
The rose would wilt if she gave the care of another flower. And the violet too. One isn't better than the other. They just need different things to grow.
So if Becca's a violet and Amy is a rose, then what is Meg?
A daisy. She bloomed for all the others.
And I am moss. Dirt. A rock.
You are whatever you're supposed to be. Look at them. Are they beautiful together?
The wood is Sal, but Mr. Lawrence is hanky no less.
His name is Lauren.
Lori Lawrence? That's terrible.
I want to hear all about him the rest of your days, so wash up for dinner.
Speaking of my day, Joe, the Minkettes invited us to their dance this weekend.
No. No, no, no,
You
no.
must come with me, Joe.
I will.
You too will, Amy. Joe, I work all the time, and I want to hang out, and you know I can't go a chaperone.
No, no, no. I work all the time and I want an evening in.
Plus, we're going up now, and that means we must appear in society. Please, I want it. I need it so badly.
But I'm the rock. I never say the right thing.
Just do something as simple as, oh, Joe, your hair looks so well.
Oh, Meg, I like your dress.
Marmy says I'll have silks when I'm married, but that'll be so long from now.
I should hope so. What?
Why are you holding your cough like that?
There's a rip in the seat.
Then put your gloves over.
I spilled lemonade on him.
And what is this?
Burn, I think?
Joe, just stand against the walls and nobody sees you, and don't put your hands behind your back, or say Christopher Columbus, or stare, or bounce, or breathe, or...
Meg, tell you what, if you see me doing anything wrong, just give me a poke.
No. Poking is not ladylike. I'll give you a cough, like this.
Really?
Oh, Joe, because it's meaning. Be appropriate. Normal. No, not normal, Joe. Appropriate. Appropriate.
Miss Josephine! Miss Mark. All right.
Oh, yes.
The governor's at the ball. And my heavens, so he was smart.
Thank you.
Cinderella before the godmother. Well, here I am. Alakazam princess out of his tiny. Alakazam. Now, you stay right there. Stay.
You can't see without your glasses, Meg.
I can so.
How many fingers am I holding up? You're blind, half naked, and blind.
Stop talking to me like I'm Amy, Josephine. I am your elder. And what's more, I'm acting like a lady. Oh,
It's March. Look, Cinderella, I have conjured up a lovely old trick.
It's Mr. Brooks. You? The Lawrence boy's tutor.
As Miss March is our governess, you should have plenty to talk about. Lesson plans, and trigonometry, and chalk. I insist that you fearsome scholars take turn around and
Madam.
Miss Josephine, I'll dig up some creature for you. Some way. You say right there.
Oh my gosh! Excuse me.
No, you say, I'll go.
I didn't mean to disturb you.
No, I only ducked in here to,
Escape?
well, a refugee then.
Don't go. Unless you'd rather.
I believe I've had the pleasure of meeting you before, madame.
I do believe you live next door, Syrah.
Funny how stiff one gets in these situations. I'm trying to be social and I'm a cat on a leash.
Dead cat on a leash.
How is your little sister, Miss March?
She's good, Mr. Lawrence. But I'm not Miss March. I'm Joe.
I'm not Mr. Lawrence, I'm Lori.
Lori Lawrence. That's terrific.
Well, my real name's Theodore, but the boys call me Dora, so I thrashed them into saying Lori instead.
Really?
No. I've never thrashed anybody. Not yet.
For your secret, I hate Josephine too. Do sit.
Thanks awfully. These pumps hurt like the devil.
These boots are dainty little tortures, but as Aunt March says, let us be elegant or die.
But who's Aunt March?
I'm a businessman. A lady, I mean. So I wait on my great aunt for wages. She's a nasty old cat, but come the new year, she promises to take me to Europe. Wouldn't bring me along until I could pay my own board, but I finally saved up enough to go, and who knows what I could be in Europe.
Oh, I know something about doing the bidding of cross old people.
Do you work?
No, I get tutored. My grandfather bought me out of a draft. He says someday I'm becoming tedious titan of industry. So I must toil away at college and learn how to do what I don't wish to do in order for me to do more of what I don't wish to do in the future.
Lucky.
What?
Lucky to go to college. How could you complain of that? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so awkward. I always talk too openly. If Meg were here, she'd cock herself into a fit over me being boyish.
No, I like it.
I'm not very good at, being a woman.
And I'm not very good at being a gentleman, so why don't we just be ourselves?
Mind if I take these boots off? They're killing me.
May I do the same?
Christopher Columbus. Look at them side by side.
I'd much rather be a girl than a boy.
You wouldn't.
I would. Then I wouldn't have to do all the things that men are expected to do, like waste life away in billiards and business and march off to war and be as unfeeling as rabbits. No, if I were a woman, I could compose on piano all day, and no one would bother me.
No one would bother you except to tell you to wash the dishes or tend to the children or catch a man before you become an old maid. At least your grandfather has plans for you. I'd like to be a great author or a famous actor or a soldier alongside my father, but I'm scarcely let out of the house without being told what a disgrace I am. If I were a boy, people would care more about what I could do rather than what I should do, and I would be seen as a tremendous talent instead of a big, ugly stone in the flower garden.
But not ugly at all. I mean, I like your gloves. They're spandy.
Spandy!
Oh, what's that?
My notebook. I keep it with me to write down words that I'll include in my great novel someday. Spandy. An outfit is made by gloves. That's what Marmy says.
But Marmy?
When you say instead of mother, you must think I'm childish.
Not at all. You're a Marmy? I see her in the parlor sometimes. When you happen to close the curtains, I see you all together. I haven't gotten mother anymore, so.
fellow, honestly.
Come on, Joe. What are you? Scared?
You should be scared, Lori.
No, here, you.
Oh, Meg,
Brooks, we were just...
Theodore, where are your shoes?
Joe, I can't see anything. There's a blur on top of my ankle.
Do you need your glasses?
Is the gentleman looking?
Can you walk home?
I can't afford it.
Miss March, if I may, I can't bear to buy the damsel in distress. Oh, bully, I'll just bring our man around.
Joe, give him his regards.
Bully!
In an appropriate manner.
Right!
Miss March, I must have given you a wrong turn in the dance. It's my leg.
No, it was my fault. I was just being childish and far too vain about my looks, and now everyone's evening is ruined.
Nobody's evening was ruined, and I don't think you could ever be too vain about your look.
Oh,
Cinderella, you're carried into it! Oh.
Miss Josephine, I've dug somebody up.
Oh, my fair Lucella, you shall yet be my bride. My spells will hold you captive at my side.
oh, sad my heart. Oh, mad my part. Oh, what ends to a maiden's art. Joe, I have some questions about this rhyme scheme.
Keep going.
I loved you once, Rodrigo, but those days are no more. I can't go back to being who I was before. All things change, Rodrigo, whatever spell you say. You can't turn me to stone, you can't make me stay.
I can make whatever thing I wish come true, for I am all powerful. I will show the world, show you. I'll just take you back in time, turn back that thought. Back to better days, it's time itself I mock. I won't accept this change, not now, not ever. I will make you stay the same, and I'll make it last forever!
Meg, the cellist screams really.
Oh, sweet Rubella!
Lucella!
His ear keeps falling off.
Back.
Lucella screams really.
Oh, sweet Lucella!
Why? It is I.
It is I, brave Valentino, a wandering knight of some renown, sworn to her dalliance,
Deliverance.
Line, sword to her.
Stop.
deliverance, speed to the breast of my manly foe.
Go! This isn't working.
Of course it's not working. You won't
Let me get my lines out.
The problem here is that Amy is not a convincing gentleman. And if it's not realistic, why should we care?
This is a play about a wizard.
But without truth, it is dry and stateless.
And perhaps I can play the gentleman and Amy Lucella.
Amy's too little. I regret to inform you, Amy, that you are dismissed.
Dismissed.
It's okay, dear. You can't help who you are. I'll find some non-speaking role for you, like a fairy or a servant or a woodland creature.
You cannot dismiss me, because I quit. This role is stupid, and this play is stupider. It's for Christmas, but it doesn't have anything to do with that. No angels, or nativity, or Saint Nick, or anything.
Seasonal pageants are boring. I'm trying to do something original.
And you, stupid old Josephine, are absolutely automatic.
Autocratic.
Ah!
There are those small roles, Amy. Only small actors.
Joe, this is supposed to be fun.
Maybe it's hard for Amy because she's pretending to be someone so different from herself. Maybe this play were about real stories.
Those are even more boring. No. The play is perfect. I just need to rethink casting.
You don't mean to put Beth in.
No. I don't want to see anybody in the wrong role. I'll just have to spirit up an errant knight or a wandering gentleman. Some way, somehow. Shalakazam!
Mr. Lawrence?
Brave Valentino! On guard!
May I speak with you for a moment?
Old Valentino, the diva, wishes inside.
Joe, we can't have boys here. They'll make fun of us.
Laura's not like that, Meg. And we've become such friends over the past week, and he knows plenty of things about sword fighting and mustachios and other wonderful man things that I, for one, would like to know.
This is a ladies' club.
A few of these keys are broken. I tinker around with my own piano a bit. Would you mind if I fix them?
See, gentle as any girl. And besides, he gets lonely in that big house all alone with no one to talk to but his mean old grandfather and that stuffy tutor Brooks.
Mr. Brooks isn't stuffy.
Please, Meg, I want it. I need it so bad.
Mr. Lawrence, welcome to our company.
Beth, strike up the victory march!
You must allow me to do Valentino. I finally got it. Oh my God.
Play, Beth, play!
Ladies, a gentleman's come calling.
Grandfather,
Brooks tells me you've been neglecting your studies, Theodore.
I...
You have a part to play, sir, and not amongst the women.
Grandfather?
We're too old for these games. Come!
No! You can't just lock him up like some ogre. He's a growing boy, and he needs sunshine and amusement in which to bloom.
My gosh, Joe, what are you saying?
He doesn't need your rescue, madam. He's not some damsel in distress.
He's a gentleman in distress, and without him, her play is a disaster.
Joe, you shouldn't have interfered.
I can't abide by seeing a body shoved in the wrong role.
Oh, I don't know, Miss Meg. It's good to make friends with that boy. He may take a shine to one of you.
Yeah.
It's all that stuffy, that abominable Brooks' fault for tattling.
He's not abominable.
What?
You're abominable.
What? Actresses. Why are you all dressed up?
Where's Lord?
God.
This is all your fault, Josephine. You ruined my day, and Meg's day, and Christmas!
Enter. Enter. can't hear you, madam. Speak up.
Mr. Lord, sir, if you would, your grandson, do our theatrical.
Why do you girls all think Theodore needs rescue? Am I, as your sister said, an ogre?
No, sir, lovely.
Me?
Lori, sir. He was so kind about my piano, and he was so excited when I said he might do our production, and if not, then the play's ruined, said Joe, and Amy said our Christmas is ruined.
What is your name?
Beth?
You must think me the villain to Mr. Dickens' book, Beth March during Christmas. You like the piano? That belonged to her, Theodore's mother.
What happened to her?
She grew up. Run back to him.
Oh, sad my heart. Oh, mad my heart. Oh, what an end to a maiden's all.
Other way. Oh, sad my heart. Oh, mad my heart.
No notes, Joan. Lucky we came back at all.
Yes, no notes, Josephine, promise.
Oh, sad my heart. Oh, mad my heart.
Oh, and to a maiden! Hooray, Valentino! Rodrigo!
What are you doing here?
It's a holiday miracle, Lucella.
May I please join your company?
No.
Meg!
Not if his grandpa likes to prove.
It's blessed by the old man himself. He had a visitation of the conscience. Beth?
No, she's Beth.
What can I get you? Anything. Christmas. What does she want for
What does
Christmas?
she buy herself a on?
She's getting something from Marmy.
I've never felt like such a selfish child. Tell you what, I'll get something from Army instead of myself.
Me too. All right. Let's see. Let's go back to lunch, I'm sure.
We can do better than that. Three, two, one. Merry Christmas!
It's all for you, Marmy.
Army shoes, the best we had.
Paint your cheeks.
Beth did the embroidery.
And cologne, that's for me.
Girls, how?
We also got our dollars.
You shouldn't have. We had a visitation of the conscience.
What about your gifts?
We have enough.
Oh, you're growing up so fast.
Look at the flowers, Marmy.
Why, Beth, what's that over there?
In the corner.
Maybe St. Nicholas came.
Yes, it must have been St. Nicholas.
Go look. Merry Christmas! Good, strong oak, no broken keys here.
And see the brackets for holding candles?
And look, real silk.
Girls, how?
Not us, Barbie.
Look at the card.
To the ghost of Christmas past, from Mr. Scrooge. That?
Dad,
She's running to the Lawrences.
fetch your coat. She'll catch your death. It's too overwhelming for her.
Oh, she's coming out again.
Here they come.
Here they all come.
Huzzah! Huzzah! Hail the conquering hero! Huzzah! Die, villain! Oh,
sorry, it's, oh,
No, I mean, yes. Yes, what?
Oh my God. Aww.
Amy, hush.
You see that? No, Lori, I went blind for the holidays. It's romantic. It's disgusting.
Do you really have such a low opinion of matrimony?
Matrimony. This is one dance. One incredibly awkward dance.
That's how it starts.
Mike's too young to be thinking of marriage.
You'll grow up someday.
Stop. How big Mike want that? Disgustingness, non.
excuse me, Mr. Long, that's too hard.
Yeah, whatever works then. Anyways, the taste is not disputed.
He would lecture in a dead language, stuffy old Brooks.
Well, what do you want, old fellow? For Christmas.
Bootlaces.
Be serious, Joe. What do you want? More than anything.
Genius. Don't you wish you could buy it, Lori?
We should grade many things, Joe.
Well, what?
Would you like to dance?
Not like that.
We could take off our shoes and
I'll
grab
get
it.
you one.
Can't get you yet, Joe.
Lori, look. Mistletoe.
What could that be? Do we have to get it right now? Beth, keep playing. Lori,
Perhaps just St. Nicholas.
Is this the March household?
It is.
Telegram.
Merry Christmas.
Marmy?
Mrs. March, your husband has been gravely wounded. Come at once. Fairwood Hospital, Washington.
It's Christmas.
I'll get you a ticket to Washington, Miss March. Next train out.
I'll go to the station right now.
But it's Christmas.
So, please, let me do something for you, Marmy.
Mrs. March, let me go with you.
Oh, no.
Ladies shouldn't be down there unescorted. Let me do my duty.
Joe, I'll need what we have in the kitty.
but if we enter the kitty, how are we gonna rent?
Shh, Amy, I don't know. Joe, I'm going to need all of it. I don't think you can go to Europe, dearest. Not this year. Joe.
Joe.
But we've been good and worked so hard and gave him presents, and now we can't have the theatrical or do anything, and it's not fair.
I know.
Mr. Brooks. I hope that my father will be better soon. And that,
Mrs. March, please don't cry.
and that you may be back about your business quickly. I'm sorry.
I mean, you may cry if you like.
It's my fault.
I would do anything to help you. You do know that, Miss March.
Call me May.
Come around, you girls. Where's Joe?
Here I am! And here's bringing father home.
You haven't done anything rash.
Only sold what was my own.
Joe, you're one beauty.
I was wild thinking about father and how we can't make rent or do anything, and you always say how we can each play our part. So I thought of the wig maker's shop with the tails of hair in the window. And so I ran down the street, pounded on the wig maker's door, burst into his Christmas, scared his wife half to death, but their son is in the army. So as I blabbered it all out, she made him give me a good price. 25, see? I never felt a thing, just a big weight off my shoulders. And I saved the lots of it for you to lay away like we were children. That is the last words left for many of us. For me. Oh, Morgan, aren't you pleased?
My little woman. Marches? March.
Sisters, sisters, will you join us? Sisters, sisters, will you join us? Sisters, sisters, will you join us? For union keeps us strong.
Earth-shake.
Earth-shake.
Earthquake, Amy.
Don't write that down, Josephine. Don't you dare write that down. Josephine!
Amy, do not shout. It is not ladylike.
Tell her not to write.
Tell her not to put on airs.
My head hurts. Girls, stop yelling. Yelling is not for ladies.
Yes, Hannah.
And if you don't clean up that mess, I'll give all your things to the street Irish. I swear I will.
Yes, Hannah. We really have to take these things down.
I can't, for I'm gonna go visit the poor Hummel children. The baby's been sick. I don't know what to do for them, Joe. You or Meg ought to go with me. Joe?
Oh, I can't. I'm writing to Mom today.
And to Brooks.
Don't be impertinent, Amy.
Don't be ridiculous, Amy.
And I have to dictate the week's menu to Hannah. For you know, I am mistress of the house now. Oh, really, Miss Meg? You ought to learn to cook yourself. Heaven knows you're old enough.
Mistress of the house.
Dictate the menu, my left foot.
Joe?
I can't. I have business.
What business?
And Lori, he was whispering to you yesterday. I know you're plotting something.
Eavesdropping is very unladylike, Amy.
Amy, can I go to see the dirty little Hummels, Elizabeth? For I have business of my own. Big, important business.
Hello? Wild long faces.
Valentino, the walls have ears. Race out!
Miss Meg, time to get those fine hands dirty.
Amy, I have business.
Cheers to the great authors! Huzzah! Huzzah! Huzzah!
One teeny tiny story in one little newspaper. But my first check as an author. $30 cold dollars. Can you believe it? They ought to pay you more. You drove a hard bargain. He didn't want to pay even that.
You'll get to talk to the whole union. Of the entire planet, soon!
You think so? Oh, I hope so. That's what I wish for more than anything. I don't want to just sit and write some simple little lady stories or live some small, well-behaved life. I want to move the world and shake it and outlive my time. That must sound so childish.
I want you to get everything, Joe. Everything you've ever wanted.
I can't thank you enough, Lori, for having the idea to do this.
Well, I had to make up for you missing out on yours, didn't I?
With wages like these, I'll be there soon.
We make a great team. Pulling together.
A mismatched team. I don't believe that publisher believed you were my agent. You should have said you were my brother.
Your brother? No.
Hello? Beth?
Little baby died, Joe. I was holding her and I looked down and I thought maybe if I prayed or sang to her or pretended it didn't happen, it wouldn't be true, but I was being childish to think that I could make it better by wishing. Have you ever had scarlet fever? Joe did before I was born.
Well, when I was 7, scarlet fever.
The other holes have slit throats and my head hurts.
Aha! I've caught you both. The gig, I tell you, is up.
Amy's never had it.
Amy, you have to go.
What?
Lori?
fetch her in a day or two. But we'll send for the doctor just in case. Should I write some more? And frighten the poor woman! Don't you dare! I would have written her unless it were very bad. She expects we'll be better once the week is through. Better by next week, I'm sure.
Oh, Lori, you're still here. Of course. What's the matter? You know I can't bear damsel distress. Oh, Lori. Grace.
The Pharaoh listens to your babies. Each one you born different than the other. Instead it is still a delicate.
She'll be better soon, won't she?
Hannah, will you write tomorrow? No, I'll do it.
Please don't scold me.
Amy, you're supposed to be at Aunt March's.
I ran away. Please don't make me go.
Dad isn't infectious anymore.
Amy's too young.
We're all too young for this.
Beth?
We're here.
All of us.
Joe, from this word.
Now? Once there was a family with 4 girls and a mother and a father. And this family lived in a small house in the shadows of a big city. Outside of that city was an even bigger country
That country is poor.
for itself, but the family stayed together. And the best of them all, the conscience of the family, was named Beth.
You have to look at it.
No Beth. In this story, the girl never dies. She stays with the family, and together they are whole.
And together they are safe.
And together they live happily ever after.
They lived. Beth?
Lori! Meg! Joe! Where have you been?
Lori!
Marley!
Beth is so much better. The fever broke.
Merry Christmas, girls. We brought you a very late present.
Papa! Oh, Father.
Mr. March? Oh, Mrs. March! How fast can those newfangled telegrams go? I just wrote to you this morning.
Lori fetched us yesterday,
Mr. Theodore, I ought to
I won't accept this change, not now, not ever. I will make you stay the same and I'll make it last forever!
Stop!
What?
What's Valentina's motivation in this scene?
What?
Well, Lucella's not here anymore, so why are he and Rodrigo fighting? Why don't they just, I don't know, go play billiards? Why are we pretending it's the same?
Lori.
Well, now that Meg's not here, perhaps you could play the lady.
Meg will be back. She's just busy with the babies for a bit.
That's not going to change anytime soon.
But I'm Rodrigo!
Timing, great.
That 5 minutes?
Why don't you want to play Lucella? I mean, you get to drag around in costume jewelry and scream thrillingly.
You've answered your own question.
And you get to flirt with the loyal-hearted Valentino.
Marmy doesn't approve of flirts.
Flirting is just a game men and women play. You like games.
Not like that.
Well, I'm glad that someone would go on at such a rate that I'm embarrassed. Like Sally Mae, if he saw how she talked to me the other night, if you were in my place, you'd see things that would astonish you.
If I were in your place.
What?
Why do you make fun of girls for doing just what you all do? Ladies can never win that game, can they?
Don't be thorny, Joe.
Like one set of rules for you and another for me. That's how it is, isn't it? Always, always, always.
I only meant that some girls do flirt with me. Sorry, but I prefer what you do. But don't do. I prefer you, old fellow, just as you are. Won't you show me some kindness? I'm going off to college tomorrow and you won't see me for months and months.
I know.
Will you wish me goodbye as I ride away on my white steed?
I'll be burning up with jealousy, wishing I could play your role, but I might as well wish for the moon. I'll be stuck here forever serving Aunt Martin, clinging to her phantom promises of Europe till I turn gray.
Tell me what I can do to make you happy.
Just do your best at college, since I can't.
I'll make something of myself. For you. But promise me something in return. Promise me you won't just mope around snuffling. Promise me you'll finally finish that great novel of yours and send it out to the world.
Oh, Lori, I don't think it's ready to go out into the world.
We'll both get what we wish for if we only try. And tell you what, if you send out that whopping novel, I'll give you what you've always wanted.
Bootlickings.
Joe, I will take you to Europe.
Lori!
I have the money. We can go, just the two of us. It'll be an adventure.
Really?
As long as we stay true to each other. You promise?
Just make yourself useful out there, since you've grown far too tall to be ornamental. I will miss you so much.
Damn it, Joe, we're too old for that anymore.
Lori! Been studying on the cello.
I'll play with you. We're done. For now. Promise me you'll see me off tomorrow?
As I am a gentleman. We could still rehearse, Amy. You can play Lucella if you promise to memorize your lines properly and take it seriously and...
Who will we do this play? Marmy, father, they have grandchildren to amuse them now. Nobody needs this anymore, Josephine. Nobody wants it. This kind of thing is inappropriate for a woman of your age. I'm doing you a favor by telling you. Try for your seriously Lori out tomorrow?
Yes.
You can't. You promised to call out March with me.
I spend enough hours begging and scraping to Aunt March in my working days.
Poor people are well advised to please rich ones.
So we're to spend all of our days pandering to millionaires because they have money?
Money that we need. You act like it's such a hardship sitting without March, but she's paid you for it.
Amy, you don't understand. You have no idea how terrible it is to pretend to be someone that you're not.
Maybe it's time to be realistic, Josephine, about your prospects. Give up childish and frankly egocentric fantasies about showing them all and setting the world on fire and you'll resent people less. It's not everyone else's fault you don't feel like you're living up to your potential. Amy! Just bite your tongue and humor poor old Aunt March. You don't have to agree to be agreeable.
What about Lori?
We're better off without you. Joe, tomorrow I trust you'll wear something appropriate.
remarkable outfit, Josephine.
Why, thank you, Aunt March. I so agree.
Read to us.
This is a social call. I don't hear a word.
For it is a sermon.
Sermon 1. A lady knows her place.
Knows her place, knows her place.
You look well, Amy. A lady prizes presentation.
Why, thank you, Auntie. So do you.
So do you, so do you.
A lady behaves cautiously.
Polly is so charming.
Mind your fingers.
A lady behaves with discretion.
Charming.
Charming. How does your father fare, child?
A little better, Aunt March.
Better, not for long, I'm sure. Not for long, not for long.
A lady holds her tongue.
He ought never to have gone to the war, but then we should never have had a war at all.
Oh, Aunt.
Why should we poke our noses down south? Lincoln ought never to have pressed his agenda.
Auntie.
We ought to focus on the homeland and put the Union first. Union first, Union
A lady holds her tongue.
Let's not talk politics.
Father and his radical abolitionism. Your parents are both the same. And your mother and her immigrant trash. I told her, I said, you go amongst that filthy boat rabble. You never know what will come trailing home after you. And look what happened. She never listened to sage advice from cooler heads until she nearly killed your half-wit sister. Josephine, what on earth?
Joe, just be agreeable.
You're right. You're so right, Aunt March. You're so right, Amy. We never should have gotten into the war in the first place. Who cares if people are being enslaved? That's hundreds of miles away. Why should it bother us? Why should we take any action?
Joe.
Who cares if people are starving in the tenements? That's right in our backyard, but should we lift a finger? No. We should sit on our hands and shut our mouths lest we disturb others. Stability at all costs, I say. Stability before humanity.
Josephine.
We should have no objections. Isn't that it, Amy? No egocentric aspirations to change the world. We should be adults. And the adult thing is to do nothing and to say nothing. And if we accomplish nothing, then that's for the best. We should stay at home and shut our eyes and accept the same evils forever!
Josephine, you made your point. You may be quiet now.
Christopher Columbus.
What a speech, Josephine. But I am glad to know your true thoughts at last.
Auntie.
Miss Amy, I have long planned to make a European tour.
Long planned indeed.
And since Josephine is so cross-patched against leaving home, or keeping a civil tongue in her head, I wondered if you might like to be my lady companion.
Auntie, you've been promising me this for years!
Don't you yell, Josephine!
After all this time, after all this work!
I promise to bring a lady.
Yes. Yes, please, Aunt March. Thank you.
Marmee!
There's nothing to be done, Joe. Aunt chooses Amy.
Amy's too little.
I'm not. I'm a woman grown. Besides, it's your own fault. You haven't been so nasty and intemperate and bitter.
Bitter from years of swallowing bile.
Girls, please, you'll wake your father.
You think I'm stupid, Josephine, but I know more about the world than you ever did. You think that if you go to Europe, things will be so different. You'll get to do and be whatever you want. Europe isn't set when you're theatricals. You don't get to make up what happens in life. There are rules over there just like here. Aunt March is taking me along because I'm smart enough to keep my peace. Because I act like a lady, and you never do.
Don't you understand, Amy? I would make a dreadful lady, even if I wanted to, even if I tried. Don't you see? They'll all say, look at that awkward boy in a dress standing in the corner, strangling on every thought, biting his tongue till it fell off. I'll never be someone like you, so I might as well be what I am.
So be what you are,
consequences.
It's just so. Amy gets everything she wants, and I get the drudgery.
I think Amy always gets what she wants.
And that's what I said to Amy, Marty. I'll never be a lady, and I'll never be a woman like you.
Glad you're not going yet, Joe, for I should miss you.
I shall never go anywhere. I work, and I push, and I try, because I'm not exactly what everybody wants me to be, and it all gets thrown away.
You wouldn't enjoy being Aunt March's handmaid anyhow. Amy has no grand ambitions and little else to amuse her now that she's growing up. At least you still have your writing.
I meant what I said, Marty. I'll never be a lady, and I'll never be a woman like you.
Joe, you don't have to be.
So,
I'll show Amy. I'll get to Europe, and I won't have to work and push and scrape and sacrifice every part of me to get there. I'll do it on my own.
how?
Lori, I promised him, and he promised me. I have to write.
Joe!
I have to write. I said I have to. Hey,
Hello, Joe.
it's been months since you visited. What are you doing here?
The stage just left, I see.
I knew you'd be back.
I went to wait for rehearsal.
Are the babies all right? What? Is that blood?
It's jam. Why, Joe? Don't be so dramatic. You write too many stories.
Why are you crying?
Is Mama here?
She's changing Papa's bandages.
I don't know.
You can talk to me.
I need a growing woman's perspective.
Well, I'm here.
No, I can't say it's too shameful.
Just try.
Well, I'm home alone with the babies all day. And Demi has just started to crawl, and he's headed. Close my eyes for a moment, and he just heads towards the fire.
Yes.
And Daisy has to call it. She won't stop crying. They're both teething.
Yes.
Joe, I never realized how much of a help Hannah is here. With all the chores, just pile up. We can't afford any help. John works hard enough to keep a roof over our heads. I'm so tired of being poor. It's not fun at all being to the house, really. So I'm home alone with the babies all day, Joe. And all day, of every day, I'm fighting. Fighting a battle against all of the nappies and bottles and swaddling clothes in the world. And I'm always losing!
Oh, Meg.
But then, today, they slept at the same time. And I got to sit and think, what could I want? And I thought, the only thing I want in the world is jam.
Well, it's okay to have jam.
So I tore through our cupboards and found a dusty old pot of raspberry. And I ate it out of the jar, Joe, like a child. And for one happy moment, it was peaceful. But then, as if she sensed it, Daisy woke up and started crying. And then Denny woke up and he started crying. And I didn't want to get the baby, so I started crying. And then that's how John found me, crying and covered in jam with the babies in the nursery.
Oh, Meg.
And then he asked why I hadn't given the babies, and I cried. And he asked why I hadn't made dinner, and I cried. And he asked why I was so messy, and I cried. And he called me hysterical. And I said, hysterical is what men call women who bear and bear what men never could. And then I snapped.
Serves him right, stuffy old Brooks.
He is! Isn't he stiff and stuffy? Thank you. We had a big row, and I told him if he wanted the perfect lady, he could go out and find her. And then I stormed out. I just wanted to come home. A real home, you know? Where I'm not somebody's jam-covered wife or somebody's crying mother.
Of course. You can do that. You can come live here.
The babies come too. I couldn't leave them.
so hard and I was very cool, very
Stiff,
rigid, yes. Unfeeling, very,
stuffy.
very stuffy. Please come home, May. I need you. The babies need you.
No, I'm not stuffy, John.
Meg,
I'm sorry, Joe. I was just being childish.
but didn't you want to talk to Marty?
Joe, I'm the Marty now.
Oh, what an end to a maiden's art. I have to write.
Joe, you've been writing for months now. Won't you come out and talk to me?
I'm done. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. I'm done, I'm done, I'm done. If everything will change, then I will change everything. Glory, glory, hallelujah. My truth is marching on.
Enter. Enter. Who's that?
It's Joe March.
Who?
Well, we met last year. You published my short story in your paper, The Spell of Rodrigo.
I buy a lot of stories. You bring it up?
Something better. My very first world premiere novel.
No.
A whole work about Rodrigo. An epic. And it has everything. Love, tragedy, sword fights, pirates, mermaids, dragons, and death, and birth, and heavy themes. And it's set all over Europe. So,
I'm not in the market for ladies' novels.
like, you have a press downstairs with books in the window.
Those are works of literature, not sentimental pieces.
This is serious. I've been working on it for years.
I assume you're a woman? Then this is a ladies' novel. Doesn't matter how you dress up. Listen, Miss March, there's a legitimate place for women's voices. Bring me another sweet little story. It helps self-housing when I run next the ad.
But this is an entire novel.
15 for the story. Put some heaving bosoms in it.
15? Last time you gave me 30.
Meow. Seems to me last time you had a cooler head negotiating for you. Where's your agent? Some gentlemen won't pay a lady at all, but I'm forward thinking. Listen, Miss March, a word of advice. Next time you step into this world, you bring your agent, or your father, or your husband. Remember, I'm one of the good ones.
No. Didn't want me. It.
Are you alright?
I was just being childish. Like, my stories are lightweight, sentimental. They don't mean anything.
Maybe if you tried telling something real, something from your life.
My life. Nobody wants to read about that, about a house full of stupid, delusional little girls, and someone's like me who's awkward and deluded and not a real woman.
It's not true.
It is true, and wishing it were any different won't change anything.
Alright?
I'm too old for that now.
Will you tell me a story?
Stop. to know I'm the one who made them up.
And a friend. Someone who loves you.
Lori, I've loved you ever since I first saw you. Joe, won't you?
It's perfect, you must admit. I'm part of the family already, and I have plenty of money, so you'll never have to worry again. I told you I'd take you to Europe. It'll be our honeymoon.
So, Amy is a lady and Meg is a mother. I be a wife.
I don't want to change you, Joe. I just want you to be you and me to be me and us to be together.
Why can't we just stay as we are? I can't pretend we're still only little children, playfellows. I need something more. Don't you? I want that. No, please don't cry. I know it's not that. Well, it's not that, I swear. Don't you love me, even a little, Joe? More than just a little, Lori. So much. But just not as you want me to. It's not me. Oh, I'm going back to college now. What? I was only there for you. You'll get over this after a while and find some nice girl who adores you and will be a lady for your fine house. Me? You would begin to grow ashamed of me by and by, and you would come to hate my writing, and we would be unhappy. No, that's not true! You've built something up in your head. You're playing a part, some idea of being a man that you got from your friends, or college, or the world. We can go just back to what we were if you shake off this childish fantasy. It's not childish, Joe! It's called growing up. It's real. And we can never go back. Why can't you just want what any other woman wants? Because I'm not like other women. I thought you understood that. Lori. I hope you get what you do want, Joe. Whatever that is. Lori.
Lori, welcome home.
Not home. Not now. Lori!
What was that about?
Nothing.
What did you do to Lori?
Leave me alone, Amy!
Joe?
I'll never get out of here. I'll never go to Europe or anywhere or get what I need.
What happened?
Lori made me an offer,
You what?
and I had to refuse him.
You what?
And now I've lost my best friend, and everything's ruined forever.
How could you be so stupid?
What?
You always just do whatever you want.
I never get to do what I want.
And make your own way. And don't care how it affects anyone else. So senseless and rude and blind.
What do you mean?
You are. Justine, you're absolutely purest.
Purist?
Childish, silly.
Puerile?
Yes, but purest too. So unyielding and selfish, and don't you dare write that down. Don't. I'm warning you.
Why stop now? Purist.
You're impossible. You can't be the way you are.
And yet,
Talk to Martin.
girl.
Not anymore. You must see that. And she's fond of you. I came here once to talk to your grandfather about changing his mind. That was hard, but then things got better.
Everything's ruined for me forever now.
Nothing's forever. Lord, I think sometimes we want something so bad that we forget what we already have. Speaking to writing for a while, Joe. Who knows what will come of this next? I should check on Papa.
Has anyone seen my book?
Perhaps it's under here.
Amy, do you have it?
I do not.
Maybe I left it in the other room.
I warned you.
What?
You've been torturing me for years, writing down every word I misspoke, making me feel stupid, rampaging through life with your own ways, never caring if you hurt Lori or me or anybody. You have nothing to show for it now. First come.
What?
You'll leave your notebook, Josephine. There she'll find a lesson class.
This notebook?
What?
This is the notebook I wrote all your malpropisms in.
What did you burn, Amy?
Not this book right here.
Is it your book, Joe?
No, 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 no!
Joe, no, don't burn yourself. Amy, what have you done?
I thought it was the notebook. They look the same.
Joe, stop. Please, stop. That was your only copy. Joe!
My only copy!
That's no excuse for violence.
Years of work, my stories, my childhood, gone!
I didn't mean to.
I can never do it again!
It was a mistake.
Jealous! You just did it because you were jealous!
I'm jealous of an old monster like you.
Amy!
You great ugly boy. I shouldn't be surprised you treat a lady so.
Amy!
It serves you right.
Joe!
I've done you a favor, Josephine, getting rid of that rubbish. Now you can finally accept reality.
I'll never forgive you, never!
Perhaps we should retire until dinner. Mary, I don't feel safe.
You shouldn't feel safe, you're not!
Maybe you'd like to visit Meg for a few days here.
Why should she go? Why am I always being sent away?
Amy.
She always gets what she wants. Doesn't matter. I'll go to Meg's, and soon I shall go to Europe without March. And there, I imagine I'll meet somebody wonderful and get married, and then we shall never be under the same roof again. Me and my failure sister.
Amy, let's go pack some things.
You're not my sister!
Joe.
Amy's right. It's been years and we've never had any peace. Let us go our separate ways.
Family.
Why should people be forced together when they want nothing in common? Amy will go to Europe then to some gentleman, and I'll stay here, always growing angrier and more bitter. Let us grow apart. It's healthier for everyone involved.
I can't believe that's right.
People change and grow up and away, and the dreams, the bonds we start out with are childish. They mean nothing now. I am tired of fighting everything, breaking myself against every wall I've done. Let the war be over.
never really felt well with fever. No, I'm never going to get better.
Don't say that.
What the doctor said.
Hang the doctor.
So I was right.
No, please. You'll be all right, I promise.
I wish he had done so little.
Good.
I never had plans about what I'd do when I grew up. Thoughts about being married and moving on. I always thought of myself as just stupid Beth, sitting at home.
You're not stupid.
But I don't want to go away. Afraid of being homesick, though. And I worry about all of you. About me.
I'll take care of everyone, just as you did. I promise that I've given up my dreams of riding out and changing the world and running away to Europe. I'll stay here and be everything to Father and Marmee, and I'll make the house cheerful. I'll do my duty.
What?
Can't you see? I've grown up. I thought you'd be pleased. You have no heart for writing anymore. I thought you'd be happy.
It's not growing up. That's giving up. Why? So you could be the new Beth to them? That's not the part for you. You get the privilege of growing up. So use it. Don't try to be a violet when you're chestnut first. Prickly on the outside, but soft on the inside. Or a big rigid oak tree, or a stupid rock even. Whatever you find out you are, Josephine, don't walk back. That's the real truth. Okay?
Is there anything I can get you, Beth?
All I want is the memory I have. Is that right? Where's Amy?
She'll be visiting with Meg and the babies later.
I know you two have your differences, but make amends.
I don't think that's possible.
Bring her. And Lori. Bring them together. So, tell me a story.
No.
A real one.
Once upon a time, there was a family who lived in a small house in the shadows of a big city. And outside of that city was an even bigger country.
That country was
The world itself. And even if the world had split apart, she stayed with the family. And the best of them all, the conscience of the family, was named Beth.
And that girl died.
No, Beth. In this story, the girl never dies.
Will you bring me flowers for me? Look at them all together. So beautiful.
Beth? Glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. powers, and she never went on